Yeah, Latino comes from what's the word? South America, but Hispanic covers everyone who speaks Spanish.
I like how we got that on recording.
Oh
Nice.
goddamn. Hey, what's up, everybody? We're on a beautiful episode of the Ham and Juice podcast. I'm your host, Jason the Juice.
And I am your co-host, Hamza, and together we are the Ham and Juice podcast. Jason, how are we feeling today? How are we feeling?
We are feeling beautiful on this May evening.
May evening. Okay. All right. What have you been up to lately?
I've been listening to all the hottest tracks, the hit singles of this coming summer.
That's very cool, Jason. Me myself, I recently just got a haircut.
Gang, gang.
I've ditched my incredible amounts of dreads.
I thought Jerry Curl.
No, man, these are dreads. Jerry curls the 80s. And I am recently going to be moving in a couple days.
Really?
Yes, so I will actually have a better recording space, and we'll get some less background noise from my mic, which I think you guys will appreciate.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, you know what, Hamza? I wanted to have braids.
You want to have braids, really?
Yeah, like a guy I know wears braids, and he's like my idol.
I don't know who you're talking about. Anyway, let's get right. Let's get right into the news. All right. So first off, we have. Let's just get this out of the way because it is very sad. We have famous rapper Houdini dead. He is dead.
Straight up.
Shot. I believe he was a victim of gang violence in Toronto. Again, yet another up-and-coming rapper. I don't believe he was quite as famous as Pop Smoke, but that doesn't change the fact that this was a tragedy.
Dang.
And, it's just sad. Not a lot to say about it, but...
Watch out, everybody. Toronto dangerous if you're involved in criminal gang activity.
Yes, I would recommend not being part of criminal activity. This podcast does not recommend criminal activity. Anyway... this is going to be quite a drama-filled episode, so I think let's get the music out of the way first so we can really focus on this. New Freddie Gibbs album announced. Yeah. It's called Alfredo. I believe it's with the Alchemist producing, so very nice stuff.
Yes.
Freddie Gibbs is probably one of the most consistent rappers out there. Okay. He honestly should be considered one of the top 10 rappers of the last 20 years, just from his pure consistency. His last two albums were absolutely amazing. He really feels he's a bit niche, just a little bit, but he fills his particular niche of, I don't know, coke rap very, very well. His lyricism excellent, beat selection excellent, because he works with really good producers. Yeah.
Straight up.
What else we got here? SZA may drop a collection of unreleased music. SZA to this date has only really dropped 2 projects, Control and Z. You can kind of see the motif there. Really consistent R&B artist. While she has only dropped 2 projects, she has a lot of features. Worked with Isaiah Rashad. Plenty of people. She even has like a Calvin Harris remix.
Yeah.
Excellent artist, and highly recommend her. And I think in terms of music, a little bit late this week, but we did have one big thing: a Travis Scott Rosalia single.
Wow, what's the song, Hamza?
It's called Taken.
Whoa,
Taken, but spelled like TKN. Yeah, just remember that. Jason, what is your opinion on Spanish music? Do you like when people sing Spanish?
Hey, I think Spanish music has a place. I'm not a big listener of Spanish music, but Spanish music has taken over the world in the past couple of years.
Fair enough.
So it's not that strange to see a big popular artist like Travis Scott hit the Spanish music scene with collabing with pop Spanish star Rosalia.
What's actually really interesting about this track is Travis actually raps in Spanish as well.
Whoa, like
it's
Drake
kind of
did.
like Drake did. Well, I think it's a little different. I don't think Drake rapped it. What, did Drake rap in Spanish before?
Yeah, in that one
It
song.
was like a J Balvin.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
the one. It's
I
like
don't. I
Mia.
just guessed. Oh, yeah. Everybody just Mia,
Yeah, dude,
Mia.
that's the bop, dude. Listen to that song, everybody.
Stuck in
Shout
your
out
head
Drake.
now. Shout out Drake. Anyway, yeah, so it was actually very interesting. It's pretty new. I don't think anyone's reviewed it yet, but it just came out. Uh, it's the first time in a while I think I've heard Travis rap in a normal human voice,
Mm-hmm.
and Rosalia, as always, blends. Well, in this track she's blending reggaeton actually, but
Reggaeton.
normally she makes this kind of weird fusion flamenco style into pop,
Woo.
which is it's very interesting. I actually like her music a lot. Not all of it has clicked for me, but she
Okay.
definitely has talent. Yeah. So if you want some new Travis, you want some new Rosalia, it's an
Straight up.
excellent showing by both. I think. Yeah,
It's lit.
it's lit. Okay, so there are two big drama pieces this week. Jason, do you want to? Jason
I'll
can pick which one. Yeah.
I'll introduce it. Doja Cat
Ah,
apologizes for alleged past racist remarks. So if you don't
ah,
know, Doja Cat has been a reoccurring problematic topic on our podcast.
yes, yeah, especially in the past couple of weeks. Yeah.
She has lied to her fans,
Hmm.
and now she has been revealed to make racist remarks.
Jason, what did you say? This is karma
Yeah, yeah,
for
it is. The
lying.
homies were so sad about her deception to the people that we have decided to investigate her wrongdoing. Hamza,
I see. I see. Go on, enlighten
we
us.
we must understand that what she has done is wrong. These racist remarks, the lies, the deception. She recently put out on Instagram Live
Deception.
that she did it for her team, for her people. But is racism really okay if you're doing it for your team?
That's a good
Is
point.
lying okay for your team? Is
Excellent
doing
point.
everything against the public good for the team?
I mean, if your homies want you to be racist, they really shouldn't be your homies.
Like she talked about things about her hair, like her background, and
Oh, yes, yes.
so it was really bad.
If you haven't heard, she's made a track in the past. It is titled "Didn't Do Nothing."
Oh my
I'm
god.
not sure if we talked about this before, but I'll refresh everybody on this. It basically goes into this weird self-hating kind of message. Like I'm not sure what you can make assumptions about what she means, and it's kind of weird because you can also see she has a history with chat rooms where she goes into detail about her
Some
hair.
may say they are racist incel chat rooms.
Yeah, that is yeah, racist. I mean, take that how you will. But like you know how the media sources often sensationalize things, but in this case, it looks really weird.
Sus.
She talks about how she hates being black, but she appreciates being, and I quote, thick. So it's just weird all around. I don't really
Mm.
understand.
Can I read off the statement she
Of
made?
course, Jason. Yeah, go ahead.
She put on her Instagram this. I want to address what's been happening on Twitter. I've used public chat rooms to socialize since I was a child. I shouldn't have been on some of those chat room sites, but I personally have never been involved in any racist conversations. I'm sorry to everyone that I offended. I'm a black woman. Half of my family is black from South Africa, and I'm very proud of where I come from. As far as for the old song that's resurfaced, it was in no way tied to anything outside of my own personal experience. It was written in response to people who often use that term to hurt me. I made an attempt to flip its meaning, but recognized that it was a bad decision to use the term in my music. I understand my influence and impact, and I'm taking this all very seriously. I love you all, and I'm sorry for upsetting or hurting any of you.
Interesting. I will say interesting.
Hey, she putting
She
water over the fire she started.
Yeah, I believe there was a clip of something she posted earlier, like a video that did not necessarily have these messages.
What do you mean?
I think it was it Instagram Live or was it?
Definitely Instagram live response. I think I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't think it was necessarily the same message of apology. I think it was more of a defending her actions.
Yeah, justifying her position that she did these things for her team. She did these
Yeah,
things to get number one. It's not about getting number one, in her opinion. In her opinion, it's doing it for
it's
her team.
which is weird. You know, it's. I mean,
It makes no sense to me, Hamza.
it
I'm gonna
doesn't
say
make
that.
any sense to me either. Yeah, I don't understand how being racist in the past. Well, I guess that's also linked to the whole situation regarding her showing her body in exchange for getting it to number one,
Yeah,
which
she was.
that was also weird. Yeah.
I think like there's too many deceptions. I cannot trust Doja Cat. It's been obvious to the public and to the people, the homies, that
Mhm.
this lady is not to be trusted. She belongs
To
to people who
the
lie to people. So it's like she's a liar. She's a manipulator of the people. We don't believe what she's saying. I don't believe her apology. As Hamza stated, she's put out a video trying to justify her statement. Whatever she does, I won't believe her. She makes great music. You know, I think she's a great musician and artist. Is she a great, like, an honest person? No way.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a weird situation all around. Well, we're not explicitly saying that she is a bad person. We this podcast cannot trust that woman.
Doesn't mean
Um,
you're a bad musician. And her music's great. Say so is
that's
great.
that's a good point. Yeah,
I love that.
you know, you can be a good musician and still be a bad person.
Yeah, people like Chris Brown. People
Right.
like XXX Tentacion. They are people with problematic histories, but their music is what defines them. And on this podcast, we would like to say we can understand the differences between the perception of the artist and the art.
Hmm. Hmm. And it is your personal choice if you do or do not want to listen to said artist because
Yeah,
of their personal actions. We don't judge.
100%.
Yeah, moving on to I guess the next piece of drama. This one is even weirder. I don't feel I've read up on it and I've tried to understand it, but like
What's so
it's
weird?
so weird.
What's so
This is
weird?
the Lana Del Rey situation.
Ooh, Lana Del
Um,
Rey.
Basically, last week Lana Del Rey shared a really weird Instagram post. Um, she like just out of the blue. I don't really think there was any actual thing that sparked this,
Have
but
you read the
basically,
statement?
I have read the statement. I have read the statement.
Okay.
I can read off a little bit of it here
Well, no,
actually.
you can like paraphrase it and understand. Well, what's your interpretation of what she said, Hamza, in your words?
Well, let me just read off like a couple
Sure thing.
parts of it just to explain. I'm sorry that the folks who I can only assume are Super Trump / Pence supporters, or hyper liberals, or flip flopping headline grabbing critics can't read and want to make it a race war. When in fact, the issue was with female critics and female alternative artists who are dissociated from their own fragility and sexuality and berate more sexually liberated artists like myself and the women I mentioned. And this was coming off, okay, this was coming off another thing. Let me just quickly
Questions
pull
for
it
the
up.
culture. She's
Basically she suggested that other mostly I believe it was all women of color artists, so female artists of color, were not ridiculed for lyrical
oh no.
content.
She put Ariana Grande. Is she like
Ariana
a woman
Grande,
of color?
Beyonce, and Nicki Minaj. Oh right, Ariana
Yeah.
Grande. Yeah, okay, okay.
Come on.
uh,
I was like,
hey, I'm falling behind here. So Doja Cat, Ariana, Camila, Cardi B, Kalani, and Nicki Minaj and Beyonce have had number ones. I'm paraphrasing here. Have had number ones with songs about being sexy, wearing no clothes, doing sexual acts, cheating, etc. And she's basically criticizing them while defending her own music, which she's saying doesn't glamour or
glamorize
glorify.
abuse.
Yeah,
Her music is not about glamorizing and glorifying abuse,
yeah,
so it's
and
better.
and what she's saying is basically in the last post that I was talking about.
Yes.
She's saying it was not racist because some people said it was racist. how she only really talked about black artists
Yeah.
aside from Ariana, and it's like I think the fact that she, instead of walking back the statement
She
or
doubled down.
admitting that it was tone deaf, because it was very tone deaf. You have to admit it was extremely tone deaf.
Yeah. Yeah, it's messed up.
Yeah, it is really weird in my opinion. She just doubles down on it. And she's like, "I'm sorry that the folks that I can only assume are super Trump / Pence supporters or hyper liberals or flip flopping headline grabbers critics can't read and want to make it a race war, when in fact, etc." You know, like what, or just ignore it. You know,
Yeah, she made a statement out. Just make music, lady. Like, if you want to be like a criticizer of the culture, you can do that. I understand people are gonna react.
I
100%.
mean, yeah. Has anyone really criticized her for the things she's saying? Like, for
This
example,
statement?
well, she made a lot of other. She made another statement on Instagram.
Okay.
She said, so just to paraphrase another thing, when I get on the pole, people call me a whore, but when FKA Twigs gets on the pole, it's art. No one has ever called Lana Del Rey a whore. Do you know a single person who's ever called
Hey,
Lana Del
preface
Rey
the
a whore?
question. Single relevant person. I'm sure there's these crazy unknown people who call
That's
people anything on the
true.
internet, but relevant people that you know, Lana Del Rey calling you
Like, who
that?
do you? Yeah, like,
No
I
way.
mean, you're gonna get angry over like a Twitter mention.
Like a
Like,
Twitter
what?
egg icon. Let's be
Yeah, are you
serious.
serious? Yeah. She also ended that clip with "I'm not the enemy. I'm not a racist. Don't get it twisted."
Yeah.
So bleep off if you don't like the post. It is a full 6-minute video. Please check her Instagram if you'd like. This is so weird. I don't understand. I like.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like her audience doesn't
Dude,
care about these people. She's clearly like. I mean, if you're an artist, you have to make music for the people you like, right? You're
yeah,
making
for your
music
audience.
for you, and then by extent, your fans. What?
Yeah.
I'm so confused. Like, why is this a problem? Like, uh,
It's
anyway,
hard
I don't.
to really put it. I hope Lana Del Rey understands what she's what she's done. She recognizes, owns up to it, continues to make music for her fans, and like
Yeah,
not
man.
attack other artists.
It's
You know,
confusing. It's very confusing. Like, to me, it sounds like she is picking something to be angry about, and then
yeah.
becoming angry about it,
I
and
think
then
maybe yeah.
yeah,
I think the quarantine got her all crazied up, and then she's now putting this problem that wasn't really an issue on a pedestal, and
it's
now
true.
she's like, yeah, I gotta respond to all these people because I'm inside all day looking on Twitter.
I mean, I think like a ton of other artists have dealt with way more controversy than this, and they're doing just fine. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't see
Yeah. I'm not
like
saying Lana Del Rey is not the biggest artist in the world, guys. Let's be honest here.
it
And there's
is. Yeah, it's true.
people with way more traffic, getting way more heat from anything they do,
Yep.
and they go through it. So like, she needs to learn how to do that for the
Mhm.
public figure.
Exactly, exactly. Once you are a public figure, you have to accept that, okay, fine, this one stupid egg icon on Twitter is gonna call me, I don't know, glorifying abuse of my music. Like, you clearly are not. You're
Gang.
accepted. You have tons of awards.
Yeah.
You have millions of streams.
Straight up.
Why are you mad about that one stupid person? It doesn't matter. None of these people matter.
Taru.
Like she literally opens the video, or doesn't open it, but like one of the things she says is, "I don't want to beat a dead horse," and I don't want to go on and on about this poster. But
Then don't.
what are you talking about? She even talks about how the feminist movement doesn't accept people like her. What are you talking about?
It's
It's about women.
it's just a woman.
What?
Oh,
What
Hamza.
are you
Cats
doing?
not live together. Mass hysteria.
Bro, I'm so confused.
Hey.
Oh God, man. I don't even know. This is a weird week for female artists. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Female artist under the microscope.
Yeah, yeah.
That's for sure.
I mean, we got to support a female artist, but what the hell just happened, man? I don't even know.
I think it just shows that everyone has issues. Men, women, they all have problematic things that are need to be confronted with. You
Hmm.
know, so
I mean, fair enough, fair enough.
it just shows. Anything can happen to anybody.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's really all we can say about that particular issue, man.
What else we got, Hamza?
Not a whole lot. I will say Travis Scott has dropped a Cactus Trails merch collection.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you are into that kind of thing, you want some merch, please go ahead and look into that. Aside from that, a lot of artists are criticizing the recent situation in Minnesota, in Minneapolis.
yeah.
This is not a political podcast,
Nope.
but I think I will say personally, RIP George Floyd,
Yep.
RIP these people that have died,
To the post.
unfortunately, didn't
Yep.
deserve it. Yeah.
Other news. I got one more story
Oh, okay. What we got?
for all you 6ix9ine fans out there listening. He
Okay.
delayed his video until like next week, so we're gonna have to be waiting. It's supposed to be like released, I think today or like tomorrow when the podcast
Mhm.
comes out.
Mhm.
And he was like, "Nah, we gotta push it a week." And a lot of 6ix9ine's fans are disappointed because he
Mhm.
hyped this up for 2 weeks, myself
Fair.
included.
I'm sorry, Jason. What was the track called? Like
Uh,
Trana or something? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it would have been good. It would have been good.
Doesn't matter. I mean, you probably just Google it. I don't know. Yeah. So I guess pay attention to 6ix9ine.
Yeah, this
Maybe he'll.
podcast
Mhm.
supports all artists' music,
That's
unless it's
true.
bad music and from a bad
Unless it's
artist.
bad music. Yeah. Yeah. I can think of a couple artists I personally do not support.
Gang, gang.
We don't
Wait,
have to
wait, wait.
talk.
What have you been listening to, Hamza? This.
Let me check. Let me check what I've added recently. I'm actually not gonna lie. "Save Me" by Chief Keef. I can't get it out of my head.
Ooh.
I can't get it out of my head. The beat is amazing. It is amazing. Aside from that, "You Can't Save Me" by Sir. Actually, the whole album. It's called "Chasing Summer." Wonderful, summery R&B, very smooth. And I guess the last one would be. I have two actually. I got "Five" on it by Loonies, classic, and a weird one, "Lost Without You" featuring Robin Thicke,
Okay.
or not featuring Robin Thicke, by Robin Thicke.
I got some song recommendations for
All
the
right, what you
people.
got, Jason?
I got "Tootsie Slide" by Drake.
Oh, okay.
We like
I
that.
haven't heard of this Tootsie Slide. Could you?
We talked about it. The Ariana Grande, Lady Gaga, "Rain on Me." That's a
Oh,
song.
okay. Okay.
That's a song.
Mm-hmm. What else you got?
"Intentions" by Justin Bieber, feat
Okay.
Quavo,
Okay.
and the Scots. There we go, everybody. That's the Juice and Ham podcast. Any final statements, Hamza?
I will say, if you are in Minneapolis, if you are there,
Stay safe.
stay safe. Try not to die. We need every viewer we can get.
Yeah.
um,
Shout out to our Minneapolis fans. Shout out to our Minnesota fans. Shout out to
uh,
any of our fans. Put it in the comments what you want to hear next on the podcast.
and public calling out of Lana Del Rey and Doja Cat to please get your act together and stop
Yep.
being either racist or pretending to be racist. Yep. So that is the podcast. Thank you. All right.
Good night.
Good night.